I've got Mod Orion,
Hi.
Mod Chaplain, and Mod Sova.
Yay! Hi.
Here to chat about kind of the last bits of Menaphos that we haven't quite revealed yet. I mean, obviously there's going to be some surprises that we're going to leave till launch.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
Secrets.
But the stuff we haven't covered, which is things like reputation system, collections.
Yep.
And sorry, I've got heroes and villains. We covered them a little bit in the lore streams.
In the first stream, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So and then we'll end it all with a bit of a recap of the things that we've already talked about, and we're going to try to get my chaplain on the computers to see how fast he can rattle through some of the achievements. Some of the things to do in Menaphos.
Yeah, so you'll see me embarrassing myself in real time on the computer. Basically, it's one thing to talk about the reputation system, but I want to show you how fast can I, get myself some rep. What stuff can you do to get some rep? So I'll be over on the machine, and I'll be going back to me in the field to watch me having some reps. So
in true Anchorman style, we'll be coming to you in the chopper.
It should be good.
But the most important thing I think we could probably agree is that we have the first owner of the Hazelmere's signet ring. We noticed this on the back end of our games, where we kind of... Timbo has been scouring the back end for a while, looking for the ring. And one person has got it. They don't know they have it.
Hazelmere's signet ring?
I know. So they've got their personal private chat turned off. So a broadcast also hasn't gone out. So what we're going to do is, over the course of this, we're going to reveal a little bit of information. Not enough that you can do anything to those accounts, but to let you just give a little hint that you may well be the person who has this ring. You may not be aware. It's probably worth checking your bank. So the first clue that we can give is that they are maxed. So if you are maxed, you may well have a signet ring, so go check it.
Maxed and oblivious.
This is exactly how we wanted it to happen, guys. Thanks. We wanted a big fanfare, and somebody has tripped over it, chucked it in their bank, and think, that'll do.
It does drop though, so if you want to all the naysayers on Reddit,
it exists.
It exists.
We made it.
We made it.
Yeah,
It's a ring.
so it wasn't complete lies, only partially. So there we go. Somebody has it. So the reputation system. There was kind of a mention of it in the 4th Road to Menaphos video. Which was released last Friday on YouTube. So there will be a reputation system on Menaphos. And as we say, we're going to chuck you on and let you kind of progress your way through. So would you like to go to the gaming PCs?
Sure. I think, do we have some shots just to kind of tease it out before we go over? Or should I just head on over? Here we go, yeah. So just quickly before I go over, to kind of explain what the reputation system kind of encapsulates. It's our way of kind of drip feeding the content throughout the entire thing to you through a whole range of stuff that you'll see me doing over on the computers. If you look on the right here, we got a few rewards. There's stuff like the quests, there's some exclusive cosmetics, there's some really cool in-game stuff that you'll want to do Menaphos for. And each of these 4 factions that you see also have their own rewards.
So this is kind of similar to the sort of Rattling style thing where you progress up. But not as a community, as an individual.
As an individual, yeah. So there's individual bars for each of the 4 factions, and there's one for the overall faction. The overall one is done from a cumulative of all 4 of the other factions, you can choose to align yourself with all of the factions or just one of them. And the quests and all the important kind of meaty content is from the total one, so you're not really punished for just choosing one or trying to split yourself between lots of them. But a lot of the really, really great stuff is also in the individual ones. So I'll hopefully be able to explain a bit more when I'm over on the PC.
Yeah, let's do it. So let's get you showing rather than... Yeah,
cool. I'll pop over.
And Chigsy did ask, while you're on the way, will reputation work like the voice of Seren does? So an XP boost and then changing on the hour?
No, the reputation system is constant, so you'll be able to use it. You'll be able to do it whenever you want, like doing any skills at all.
Yeah.
There we go.
Sweet.
You knew it.
From in the field. Got our first bit of information.
Immediately in the chopper.
Just on a magic carpet to Menaphos right now.
All right. So let's cut to Chaplain on the computers.
Right. So we are go. So I'm just kind of entering Menaphos for the very first time. You'll see this lovely little menu. You kind of saw a teaser of it up there. But I open this up and I'm zeroed. Like I'm pretty rubbish at the minute, man. But I'm gonna have a look at this, dudes. Oh, I'm gonna have a look at a few of the other dudes as well. Okay, so this guy looks cool. He's a pirate. I like pirates. We'll go for that. So I can have a range of different stuff. I am going to head over and see if I can start on some rep stuff. In fact, there's some pickpocket I can do. So pretty much every single one of the skilling methods in Menaphos, in fact all skilling in Menaphos, rewards you with reputation. This is one of a wide range of things you can do to actually to gain rep. All this stuff is at the end of quests. You'll see me do quite a lot of them here. But for the time being, I'm going to just start grinding myself some rep. So I'll pass you back over to the guys and we'll see how I'm doing in 5 minutes.
Sure. So
we have a list of tasks.
yeah,
Oh,
we've
we
got
do
a
have a
list of
list of tasks.
tasks.
Yeah,
So these
yeah,
are the
sorry,
things that my
yeah.
chaplain's going to work his way through. We'll see if he can get through to the end of the list. To give you an idea of some of the things you might well be doing. These form. Am I right in thinking that these form a list that the players can also go through themselves?
They can be guided through this list via one of the new NPCs. Yeah.
Amazing. Okay.
Urluk the camel. Yes.
That's it. Our little gift to Cyrus Coy, it seems. So, as I say, we'll be cutting to my chaplain occasionally throughout the stream, just to see how far he's got through the list. We'll see if our kind of stream guys can start ticking things off. Let's see how quickly they can update graphic. But yeah, we'll see how far we can get, and I'll give you an idea of just how fast you're going to rattle through the reputation system. But one of the things that we haven't really covered to great detail is something called city quests. Do you want to take the platform and talk about what city quests are?
Yeah, okay, so I briefly mentioned them last stream, and essentially we wanted a way to deliver small stories to the player while asking them to do like kind of semi-menial tasks that help with the story, help get the NPC out of a spot of bother, that kind of thing. So they're like miniature, very encapsulated versions of quests where it's not just a single contract. You don't go out and do, like for example on the Ark Islands, the Waiko contracts that you get from Sojobo.
Yeah.
Go out and mine 48 Alea crablets, that kind of thing. So it's like we've taken this and expanded on it and added a story over the top with multiple
so you know
tasks.
why they want it.
Exactly.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah. And you'll see small icons above the NPCs' heads when you wander around Menaphos, and some of these guys are in like the far corners of the city, and some of them are like more obviously in the merchants district, just chilling and shouting at you and stuff like that. And you go up and you can help them. You can say, no, actually, I don't want to help you at any point. You're not stuck on this. And once you've done that city quest, a lot of people immediately went, oh, daily Scape. It doesn't work like a daily quest. In fact, you can't actually do one a day if you don't play RuneScape. You can't just log on and do a city quest and then expect there to be one tomorrow. The way it actually works, we'll elaborate on this a little bit more later, is that it's effort-based. So you have to play RuneScape, and then you can maybe check back with Menaphos.
So kind of like Harmony Moss, Tears of Guthix, where you've done a little bit of progress. And
exactly like that. Yeah, you just come back and maybe someone else in Menaphos has got a task
so
for you to do.
Is this going to be a real big drop of XP? Are we talking resources?
Reputation and GP, and if you get asked to kill anything in the quest, it's actually quite a large drop of Slayer experience as well.
Right, okay, so that plugs into Slayer 99 to 120, gotcha.
Gift offerings as well?
Yes. So the gift offerings is this new thing. We actually haven't talked about gift offerings, but that's cool. That's fine. We can talk about gift offerings. We have this type of loot crate in Menaphos called Menaphite gift offering. They come in small, medium, and large sizes depending on how you actually earn them. You can get them from shifting tombs, somewhat rarely, maybe like one, maybe two an hour, something like that. Or you get one for every city quest. You guaranteed a loot crate for every city quest. These do have a rare drop table, so you can get stuff like Dragonstones and Onyx and Signet Rings.
Not that rare table.
I'm not going to promise anything from that. In terms of Hazelmere Signet Ring, Timber might kill me. But yeah, you can hand them in for reputation, or if you're completely max repped.
So if you're going for rep, channel it into that.
It's your choice.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
How do you imagine people are going to be using them? Are you imagine that as soon as a city quest turns up, you want to go straight to do it, or is it a case of just drop it into your routine whenever you want?
I mean, genuinely, that's down to the player.
Yep.
If it were me personally, and I was being like ultra efficient with my reputation or my GP per hour inside Menaphos while skilling, I would certainly do a city quest as soon as I saw it, knowing that it's going to take me a little bit more effort in order to unlock the next one.
Yeah. Question from Fox's RS, which kind of ties in, is Menaphos a living city with tons of interactive NPCs and features? So are there lots of examines? Is there voice acting?
Oh, yes.
Is that to all of them? Let's start with interactive NPCs. I don't know how you want to interact with them. So interactive NPCs and features?
Yeah, there's quite a lot of stuff. City Quest is one of the things that you'll be doing around in the city.
Is there like unique dialogue and characters, like virtually everybody you meet?
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. Okay.
There's a little bit of inconsequential dialogue that will be specific to each worker, imperial, port person that relies upon your reputation with them.
Right.
They'll be nicer to you the higher.
And are there story nuggets?
How cool is that?
Is it worth that's really good. Are there story nuggets that are really worth kind of finding that progresses things?
There's one or two in that system.
Yeah.
But generally, a lot of that comes from the City Quest and more scripted NPCs as well.
Yeah. And also, so are there a lot of examines? I think also I'll add, like, can you go into rooms, like buildings? Because I know a lot of people with Elf City were a bit annoyed at Nashdale.
Every single building you can go into and has open doors.
But is it worth it?
Openable doors.
Openable doors.
But is it worth it? Is there stuff in there that makes it worthwhile?
In some of them, yes.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. I like the air of mystery to that.
In terms of examines as well, we managed to rope, like kind of lasso a mod stew and bring him in, and
because he did such a good job on the Ark in terms of that.
Yeah, some of them they're really witty. Like I just think one of my favourites to point out is that you examine a barrel and it's like the crate's curvier cousin. You know, they're quite clever.
Yeah.
He's gone and done the rounds with Menaphos and added something like 80 or 90 examines to random bits that didn't already have examines.
I know that might not seem important, but there's a lot of players that do kind of relish this, like examining a lot of things while you're waiting and just seeing the richness of it. And also voice acting, so that was mentioned by Foxes as well. Yeah,
so we added voice acting to parts of Menaphos.
Right.
So the main quests are not voice acted because that's a huge budget for VO
There's
and our
a lot
audio
of dialogue there.
Yeah, and actually we weren't going to have voiceover in Menaphos until a couple of us got together with the audio team and spent a day. It was one of our tap days as well, actually. And I think 5 or 6 of us in-house were kind of vetted for our ability to voice act, and all of the City Quest NPCs, that's 34 of them, maybe 33, I think one of them isn't voice acted because she's a pre-existing character. Ooh, spoilers. They all have like basic RPG introductory VO.
Yeah.
So you click on them and it's like, oh, hello there, that kind of thing, or goodbye, adventurer, that kind of thing.
To give the feeling a bit of bustle and of a true city. Yeah. That's nice. And I know that you opened it up, the writing of City Quests as well to staff as well. So there's a bit of kind of everybody in those. Yeah,
that's one of the coolest parts of the system. It's not just us content developers or writers or designers who have contributed to the City Quest system. And this is something that is like, it as an entire system could be used in later expansions and later content as well. It could be very much.
We'll just see how it goes down, see if people like it. And that kind of, there's also player involvement, isn't there, in the stories?
In the
Menaphos.
Grand Library, yes. So a lot of you will be aware that a few weeks back we released a competition which was give us like 250 words to put in the Grand Library, and your or should we say the winning candidates will forever have a bit of lore in the RuneScape game that they created.
How many got in there? Just out of curiosity, do you know?
I don't know. I want to say it's about 20. Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
And some of them do. If I remember rightly, like I was tapped on the shoulder a few times, like, is this okay? We're going to progress the narrative a little bit in this direction.
They're actually like key cornerstones of the lore,
which is what you want.
It's cool.
In the middle of a library. Fury, you kind of answered this a little earlier, but it's probably worth drilling down a little further. Will Menaphos feature any daily Scape content, or are we moving away from that for future releases?
If there is, it's just really minimal. So not off the top of our head. There's a few bits that we'll come on to later that require you to maybe be online for a specific day, like what we did with the Ark.
With the birds that were there, for example.
Exactly. So, no, not
I think more than anything, because we're aware of the daily Scape stuff and we want to change a lot of this, but you'll see that there are more opportunities in Menaphos to create your own objectives. Yeah. So 99 to 120, of Slayer, you go and do that at your own speed. Shifting Tombs is there to kind of fill in your session time. You've got 5 minutes, 10 minutes here or there.
Yep.
You go and do a shifting tomb. It's not as if there are daily challenges on the shifting tombs or things like that. So yeah, absolutely. All right, so I think it's worth checking with my chaplain just to have a look and see how much he's done. I'm expecting 5. I want 5 tasks done.
So at the minute, I am closing in on 3 tasks done.
Nice.
I've stolen pickpockets, I've stolen from the lamp, and I'm just trying to grind up some wood cutting in the shadow of the pyramid at the minute, because the wood cutting rep is pretty primo.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, I'm sitting here, just chilling, chop some trees. Hopefully I don't get in here at some point, that'd be nice. But I'm just going to chop this up, and then I'm going to go do a city quest before you next talk to me, pretty much.
Get in where, chaplain? Where was that you wanted to get into?
Nowhere, man.
Oh, okay, never mind.
It looked pretty exclusive.
Ah, cool.
Yeah, we're trying to hide a certain area in there that you may not know about. Okay, now it's worth talking about. Actually, signet ring. Signet ring. Another detail is that this person has 2 200 mil skills. So if you know somebody who is maxed, who has 2 200 mil skills, they have the signet ring. Please go check your bank.
Observation skill being not one of them, that's for sure.
Oh, you've skewered them. Just have a look. Collections. Saver. You've been kind of dedicated to the collection system. I know you kind of did the collection system for the art.
Yeah.
And it's kind of similar format.
You'll have a kind of a book that you'll have a load of things that you need to go and find throughout the city. This time, cats, amongst other things. So yeah, I've been having fun putting cats all over the desert.
And do they move like Bob?
Yep, some of them do.
Yeah.
Some like Bob, some have particular places that they go to.
Right.
And this is outside of Menaphos as well, all the way throughout the desert. And like we said before, there are open doors and openable doors, and things that might happen on days, things that might happen on other days. So we're trying to make lots of interesting things to find out in the overworld, and collections was one of the ways that I really tried to drive that.
So you're going to have people trapping cats in rooms, posting up on Reddit.
Yeah.
Is this what's going to happen? Okay, all right.
But then they're trapped in the room with the cat as well.
It's going to be very odd. And you had fun with the names? I seem to remember. I know we butt heads on the sheer punnage.
The methodology of puns. We have differences, but we both enjoy a good pun.
But it's not just about cats, is it? There's
gems and
other stuff.
Maybe other stuff.
Right.
Maybe.
Okay. Because you're just at this point where it's like some things are teetering on going in or going out. Is that the case? The last days where you really got to make a call.
Yeah.
But is there any chance that things will go in after launch? Obviously not. This isn't batching, but you might just push something in.
So
sneaky.
Yeah, we do have like a post-release thing. We do this with every project anyway, right?
Yeah.
Where players go, look, this is really bad. We don't like this, and we go, okay, yeah, you kind of have a point. We should probably change this.
Yeah.
And so we've given ourselves like a 2-week timetable to make any changes that we. Or you
and
guys.
dedicated, that's the entire team, isn't it? So it's not as if we're just dropping and going somewhere else.
Yeah, all of the content that we wanted to get in for launch is in the launch. Like, that's the bottom line. We've done really well. I'm really proud of the team. Anything else is like sprinkles on top that maybe we thought about later.
Are you okay to talk about achievements? Because that's kind of part of collections and how achievements might work with Menaphos, what you've got.
Mm-hmm. I think so. So there's a lot of rudimentary achievements, and if we were to add some more like flavoursome achievements, like go here, knock on a door while holding this particular axe and chewing on a banana, these nonsense achievements, then we might do that later. So we've got a fairly run-of-the-mill kind of do 10 shifting tombs.
So it's a way of almost tutorialising or getting people to play all the good stuff.
Yeah, there's definitely like part of a path there to follow. One of them is, what do you call it, Game of Tombs or something? Do 10 tombs, and then there's another achievement for complete a fully perfect tomb, like get 100% on all of the objectives.
The pyramid scheme was the quest one,
Isn't the one for Tomb the Bell called?
Did we change it?
For Tomb the Bell Tolls.
Oh, brilliant.
Nice.
Okay, I like that. Yeah, I like that.
The kitten sink.
Okay, so he's just reading through all the puns. You need to do the tasks, Chaplain.
Sorry.
You could show us some of them on the screen if you want. Do you want to switch back to Chaplain and have a little look at the
let's catch up with him.
page?
Oh, I've got a really shiny head.
You've got a really shiny head. Do you polish
internal
it?
voice.
Sorry,
internal
I just
voice.
caught my face.
Do you polish your head?
To a sheen.
Okay, so yeah, we can have a look at some achievements. So we can go over to the Menaphos meta. Oh, I just finished one. So I've recently got Boys to Menaphites, which was I earned tier 10 Menaphos reputation. That was before I reset it again. And I'm completing a city quest, which would be Menaphite for your right. And actually, speaking of that, that's exactly what I'm about to do now. So I want to go do a city quest. I don't really know where the city quest NPC is. I'm going to go hit up my boy Urluk.
Oh, yeah.
And he can tell me that I'm looking for a guy called Katak. Now, I think Katak's over here, so I'm going to head over there right now. Yeah, I can see the icon for him right there.
Nice.
So I'm going to go have a chat to Katak. And let's see what Katak's after. Oh. So Katak he is a kind soul to release a valve that's building up pressure in his mind. That sounds pretty good, I'll do that. He needs to get right another stanza depicting my kind deed. Said his teenage son of a good friend of mine is slowly dying. He needs 3 water battle staves. I'll do that. And I would then go grab him some water battle staves. Maybe he's got something more for me, but I'll probably head over to the G and do that now. So hopefully when you're back, I should have completed that quest for him, and I'll be able to show you what I got.
Sweet.
So a little curious, what has this terminal child got to do with battle staves?
So a lot of the NPCs in Menaphos, some of them have questionable motives. There's 2 particular city quests that sometimes happen where you're clearly being taken advantage of.
Right,
I'll leave it at that. Yeah.
Right. Another one just to find, basically. There's all of these little kind of Easter eggs and stuff that's there. With the collection system and the achievements, if you've got any questions, please put them in the chat and we'll grab them and ask them here. But I think one of the biggest ones is reward. Sense of it. Is there a reason to collect them all and do them all?
No.
Yes. Oh, okay, no, there isn't. We took it all
Draw your own conclusions.
Go for it.
Yeah, there's some cosmetics that we can show off over at the computer.
When we go back to we'll go back to Chapel in a minute. But
Let's give you a clue.
Oh right, yes. So obviously, what you want is to have a cat on your head when you play cats.
Yeah.
Is this kind of cold round the neck? Oh, we'll have to have a look in a moment, I think.
It's pure fashion, Scape.
Your discipline is quite impressive. That's some good balancing. I like that.
And the achievements, we're doing something different with completing those achievements, aren't we? Is there there's a period of time involved?
Oh, are you talking about amnesty in some kind of
I was trying to,
vague form, veiled form? So yeah, in terms of comp and in terms of Slayer to 120, we have a number of the requirements kind of postponed for 3 months while you sort yourself out. A lot of the requirements will be locked behind reputation, so that's one of the main reasons why we made that decision. But secondly, obviously, Slayer to 120 having an amnesty period.
Ask. Yeah. I know that we've announced this quite a while ago, but still there are people who are going to come back for it.
Yeah, but we want you to do it with the expansion, not before. That's the thing.
I know we've talked a lot about kind of the mobs that are included, but there's other ways of progressing through Slayer that we've kind of been holding back, and there's a good reason to wait until launch to actually do a lot of this stuff. I know you just want to see yourself on high scores and things, but that. So, and also with the amnesty, I know that there's a lot of players who like the chase of getting their comp cape back, but equally there's also a number of people who are running to catch up and never feeling like they can wear their comp capes and trim capes. So it just helps out a little bit there. Okay, so it says to check back in with Chaplin, but we've been to see you quite recently, I feel.
I can show the contents of the gift offering I just got.
Yeah, so we've got a gift offering and maybe a hat showing up.
Nice.
So yeah, I can show you this off. So, did you say I can show off a hat?
I think I'll show off that hat. Come on, there we go. Let's wear this. Sorry about the Smurf. Oh, check that off. He's just sleeping, guys.
Can you talk to it? Does it move?
You can't talk to that
hello?
cat, but you can talk to some other cats.
You kind of talk to it. All right, let's crack this open. So, you can get yourself you can get a wide range of stuff from this. There's quite a large range. The top end is, worth about, 5 to 6 mil, maybe even less or more. And the bottom worth is a pot of cream. So let's see what we get. We got a signet ring, and a chocolate bar, and some cactus spines. So an okay haul, I guess. Or I could, if I wanted to, I could turn this in for bonus reputation. I'm not. I like to spin the wheel, so I'm going to click this. Oh, diamond necklace, palm sapling, some crimson charms, and some 12 Slayer VIP tickets.
Oh, that's actually not a bad one.
That's all right. Yeah, that's all right. So I'm happy I did that.
win.
Like, it didn't take me long to do it. So, you can spin the wheel or you can turn it in for bonus reputation. It's, it's up to you. I'm going to be doing another one of my tasks right now, which is mine some rocks. And then immediately after that, I'm going to hit the Slayer dungeon. So back over to you guys.
So there are a few questions in the chat about Shawnee and where he is. Yeah, I know that we know Shawnee. We do want him back. He's going to be doing a stream, I believe, on Friday.
Yeah, unconfirmed, but we're hoping to get him on for Friday.
So we're hoping to get him on for Friday evening. He is coming back tomorrow. He had a certain je ne sais quoi, I know, to a stream. But we will try to battle on without him and still give you some entertainment. I'll try to say some things really badly, perhaps. Maybe it'll feel like Shawnee's here. So it's worth recapping, I think. So not everybody has been around for the Road to Menaphos, for the various live streams that we've done. So do you want to quickly kind of cover the lore? How is lore delivered? So story delivered within Menaphos?
So we have 4 quests,
Yep.
some of which are quite quickly unlockable in your journey through Menaphos. Others are locked behind the city reputation, the overall city bar that you have to fill up. So they deal with the Desert Pantheon. They also deal with the ongoing war between Al-Kharid and Menaphos that's been happening for years. It deals with Ozan on one part of the story. We've got Leela and Osman, and they're kind of the culmination of their main aims in the war. The Desert Pantheon storyline and Amaskut's storyline isn't necessarily over with this, but we certainly we see her hit a couple of her end goals.
Yeah. I mean, if you know the Desert storyline, there are a number of beats that have to happen really for that to end.
Yeah.
So we've gone pretty far in that, to be fair.
Yeah.
Progressed in this with Menaphos, but it isn't necessarily all the way. We've still got a potential combination to come.
Yeah.
Also, it's worth mentioning requirements, because those obviously form a lot of the requirements for the city.
Yeah. Okay. So in order to access Menaphos, you need to have completed Diamond in the Rough.
Yep.
And Stolen Hearts. And a lot of players thought, that doesn't seem like much. Prythanus required this massive amount of effort and this uphill climb. And that's cool. What we have done is made sure that the end quest in Menaphos is locked behind the entirety of the Desert series. So there's certainly like this middle ground of, I can do this, but I can't do that until I've completed this particular quest, because it was the only way to make it make sense. You've got quests like dealing with Scabarus and Contact, which mention Menaphos in some form. So in order to stay true to the lore, we had to fork off and rejoin the storyline. Yeah, it was,
I mean, there's always going to be that tension in that we want as many, and I'm sure you do too as well, to have as many new players and people coming back to the game as possible with something like this, because we're shouting about it. You've seen the marketing. We've got all the kind of press stuff that's under embargo until the launch. That's suddenly going to hit like magazines and websites. People are going to come play.
Yeah.
And so it's good that we can get people into Menaphos, but we also want to make sure that feels natural. People have all mentioned your fork, haven't they?
Yeah,
I know.
I knew as soon as I said it,
it was a new sarcophagus.
You saw me kind of look at the cactus and think, no. It's
a guy.
I haven't been on this for a while now. I didn't realise how filthy it become. But like then, we want to make sure that there are new people in there, but we also want to make it feel Menaphos feel like there are aspects of it that you have worked towards.
Oh yeah.
And so that final quest, get to the Pharaoh and all that lot is really behind all of our desert content.
The thing is as well is the 2 main quests that are required to get into Menaphos don't have any major requirements in any form. A new player would be able to do that in 2 hours, 3 hours, maybe 5 if they wanted like ideal recommended skills. But a player who is potentially returning to the game after 10 years of absence has probably already done those quests back in the day.
Exactly.
Anyway. So
just check
like the ideal combination of get new people in while keeping it interesting for existing
I also
players.
find it slightly odd because obviously a lot of people are saying, oh, it's kind of mid-level, or it's not quite the high level that I hope for. But actually, the only time we've ever done a city really that's had a requirement to get in is Elf City. Traditionally, our cities have been open. You come with minimal requirements and start participating across a host of skills. Yeah. So it's really in the old vein of how cities were. I'm not doing this whole camera flip thing very well. I apologise. We've covered a lot of this. So Chigsy has asked, he's quite prolific in the questions. Using the Lumbridge Castle as a scale, how many castles is Menaphos?
What? So, okay.
I want height as well.
Say like 5 across.
That's like saying, using the world record for triple jump, how long is Jagex's driveway? So it's...
We could put a banana next to the world.
We could.
Scale.
Yeah, we could.
Banana for scale.
Lumbridge Castle is about 1/3 of a map square.
Yep.
Menaphos is 12.
12 map squares in total, plus it delves down?
This is just on the overworld.
Yep.
There are also kind of like fringes where you might say it's 15 map squares because there's unreachable terrain that is purely for decoration in the ocean, around Sophanum and all of that. So yeah, it's about 37, 38 times Lumbridge Castle.
It's like a Varrock and a half.
Yeah,
kind of
it's between a Varrock and a hard place.
Oh no.
Yeah.
There are also interiors and some other locations.
Exactly.
Yeah, so some other locations we haven't even mentioned.
5X has asked, is the mysterious Black Ibis group going to feature in Menaphos?
They mention in one of the city quests, but there are no actual kind of overworld NPCs, which is quite fitting for the group if you understand what they are.
Gotcha, so not deeply, they're not involved much.
Minor story points.
And we've already talked to Glip-Glop, how many books are readable in the Menaphos library?
Something like that, 20.
About 20, 30. Okay. Reputation system. Let's go check back with Chaplin, see how he's doing in the chopper.
I'm sweating pretty hard over here.
Kill some gorillas.
It's raining sideways.
It's intense. Don't click up. So, this is it's pretty intense here. I've made the foolish decision of aggroing 2 gorillas at once. You should see me kill a gorilla. Maybe.
That's a sick rhyme.
Killing a gorilla on the internet.
Oh, man.
On the anniversary.
Gorilla killer.
Oh, man.
No. Why did we go there?
Sorry. So,
why did we do this?
I'm going to flee with my transgressions. I can't deal with this sin.
Man.
As soon as I get out of combat, I'm going to teleport back up to Menaphos. And since so many people are asking what Sophanum's like, we're going to go there and we're going to hunt some plover birds.
Good work.
So you'll get a little bit of scent of that. But
what's your amazing pun about plover birds?
You have to make plove, not war.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man. If you like puns, Menaphos is the place for you. All right, I'll pass that back over to you guys. I'm going to go make plove, not war.
It's just not even good. I'm going to skip to Slayer because we were just in the dungeon. So it seems like we were going to talk teams, but I think it's worth talking dungeon.
Yeah, that's cool.
Let's talk dungeon. So we talked about the Slayer cap being raised to 120. So just worth reiterating. Yes, it is going from 99 to 120.
That's happening, yeah.
And there's an all-new Slayer dungeon in Sophanum, not Menaphos.
Correct.
Gotcha.
Kind of makes sense. Sophanum's like the city of the dead. There is a small storyline attached to the Slayer dungeon. It's related to Amaskut and her infernal search for a particular thing. And she's corrupted a lot of the beings and the restless dead in the Slayer dungeon.
So they come under 2 groups, don't they? So we were dealing with Slayer slightly differently than usual in that there are 2 groups, just as if you were given like demons or something, that you've got some kind of wiggle room about which one to go for.
So this is a thing. With 99 to 120 Slayer, you still have all of the old tasks, and they're still very good XP, etc. The Slayer to 120 has a slightly different curve than other 120s that we've done in the game. Obviously, a lot of players know that already. And in the Slayer dungeon, not only can you do other tasks because these creatures fall under more than one category. There are 2 main subsets of Slayer creature, 6 in each. They are corrupted creatures and devourer creatures. And you will, if you've participated in the Halloween 2015 event, you'll be familiar with the devourers and Amaskut's influence on them. So there's a lot of other similar creatures in there, and you can basically get a devourer task and pick
what suits you, basically.
Yeah, like if you're level 89 and you can only really kill like 2 of them at good rates, then fine. But if you're 118 Slayer, then you can take your pick. If you want GP, if you want XP per hour, it's your choice.
Gotcha. All right, and it's worth mentioning the loot chest, which is new. It's something we're trying out.
Yeah. Okay, so if you guys didn't check into the last week's stream, I think, where we accidentally leaked Reputation, but it's fine, we're talking about it now. The loot chest at the beginning and the end of the Slayer dungeon. So you got this like, it takes 4 minutes or 5 minutes to walk through the entire dungeon. So we put loot chests at the end, which they actually sweep up your loot for you. Put them in the chest, and you can check at the end of your task.
That wonderful moment when you just open up and see what you got.
You can even leave and come back, and you can do 7 or 8 Slayer tasks, and then go, boom, oh, wow, I've got 8 mil in here. Yeah. That's awesome. If you die, you do take a cut from the chest. Obviously, otherwise we'd just be giving you a free looting system. It's a bit weird. There's got to be some risk to it, right? Don't worry about my loot.
There are a couple of rare drops that won't go straight to the box as well.
There'll be loot
So there's
beams.
still that feeling of, I've got something really cool and I find out about it now. Oh, that's nice. That's good. Feathers of Mart.
Mart?
Thanks, Mod Days, for the pronunciation.
Is the hand important?
Yeah,
I think so.
You go up at the end.
Gotcha. And that's to enter the dungeon?
I don't believe you need them to enter the dungeon, but you certainly need them as a kill currency.
Per kill.
Per kill. Okay.
Otherwise, the creatures will not die. So bring the feathers of
Mart.
Sweet. I think it's if you don't mind me mentioning, like probably Slayer is the place where we've kept the most surprises back.
Yeah.
There's certainly kind of 2 big dumplings of content that we haven't, shown you.
Absolutely. If you're 99 Slayer, there's something awesome for you, and there's something for everybody on the side as well. I think they're really cool.
Because it's hurt us because I know there's been a lot of people who've looked at Slayer to 120 and gone, okay, I'm missing this or I'm missing that, but we can't. Yeah. We want to keep some surprises back. So these are things that we're just going to have to let you find.
6 days, guys.
It's the joy of surprise.
6 days.
I know it feels like a kind of just wait and see and don't criticise now kind of thing. But
I love that. In the chat, it's boss, there's a boss. Yeah, maybe there's one of them too. I don't know.
Okay. Many dumplings.
Maybe it's 3 things. Wow. Who knows?
Aaron the Pun King, can you tell us the weight of being assigned the new Slayer mobs? Are they as rare as getting a Gemstone Dragon task?
I think they're slightly more common than Gemstone Dragons.
Yep.
I'll have to confirm that they are more common than Gemstone Dragons. I'll put it that way. I don't think they're as common as your
Since they're a
average
big
demons.
group, you would imagine that they would be pretty damn frequent. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But the cool thing is, like, some of them count as other Slayer tasks as well. So if you get a Slayer task to kill X
So if you get a gorilla task.
Exactly. Yeah, a gorilla task, sure. Then you can go in there and kill devour gorillas. Yeah.
And on to Skin and Teams, which is obviously your baby.
Yeah.
If we're going to assign a baby, do you want to cover what
assign a baby?
Do you want to cover what? Do you want to cover it?
Yeah, sure. So Shifting Tombs is a new way of skilling. It's essentially a mini game that lasts for 5 minutes that you can repeat.
Yep.
So we haven't put it as a mini game or a distraction and diversion. Yep. It's not in the D&D list. You can go there after completing the Ozan 3 quest, which we've called Jack of Spades. And once you've spoken to, there's like an NPC in there who's like new for the Shifting Tombs. Once you've spoken to them, once you've spoken to him, he tells you about the Shifting Tombs and how like you can only go in there for 5 minutes at a time because it's all corrupted, and Amaskut's like been traipsing through this place, desecrating it with corruption and all that nonsense.
And whatnot, all that corruption.
And the main thing to take away from it is that you can train 8 different skills in Shifting Tombs in your own like preset configuration. There are 4 statues and 4 braziers, and you can choose to train 1 or more of agility, thieving, construction, and dungeoneering simultaneously, split between the skills. They have their own like bandings that we draw the numbers from and split them up accordingly. So you don't lose or gain any from different combinations. It's just that's it divided equally between them.
And it's fully customizable. You can say, I only want prayer.
Yeah. Like and the cool thing is if you don't pick any of these skills, you get extra GP and a higher chance at certain rewards as well. You don't get extra reputation.
Right.
That was a conscious decision we made, but I can't even remember why. The secondary skills that you can train in there, which is by smashing urns. Like check out the video from maybe 2 weeks ago, the live stream that me and Chaplin did, where we went through the Tombs multiplayer, and he shafted me on every bloody sarcophagi. You can train prayer, divination, rune crafting and crafting as well.
I remembered.
Really impressed. Man, if I didn't remember them, that would be weird. But the cool thing is, right, so we'll go through some like tips for the players later on in the stream. But the fact that you can play through this multiplayer.
That's it.
That's the key thing.
The intent
from
is
this.
Multiplayer or solo.
You can play solo and you might struggle to hit your objectives. You need to hit 100% to get 100% of the XP. That's really important. It's a way of stopping boosting because there's individual targets and there's group targets. And you can play through solo and get okay rates and maybe complete every other tomb like fully, or you can play multiplayer and you can split up into the tomb and one player A might get all the mummy tombs while player B gets all the chests, and you can work together to do this, but each person has to absolve the area of a certain amount of corruption in order to get full 100% experience. But if you run around clicking urns for like 5 minutes and don't do any of the objectives, you'll get a meager amount of experience instead of the full amount.
So you want people to like really show their player skill, optimize it, and then come out with like some of the best rates?
Oh, they're
because of course it's intensive. You've got to pay attention.
Yeah, it's very lean.
And that's
forward.
how it should be.
Like you can relax and play, but certainly if you don't keep track of what you're doing, you can be caught out. And if you don't get any XP for 5 minutes, that's like major XP waste. That's your risk. Certainly.
A couple of questions about teams that came through. One was from Primal Moose. Is shifting teams likely to offer good experience rates, in inverted commas?
Yeah.
If you're running it solo?
So
we haven't gone for a dungeoneering in that solo is very, like on launch, very much the lesser of the two.
Sure. I think inevitably solo shifting tombs won't be as good.
Right.
Because there's
people getting good groups.
Yeah.
And they'll rinse it.
That's it. An organised group is obviously going to be more superior than one solo player. Potentially, if the solo player is very good and they 100% every shifting
But is your
tomb,
intention, so obviously you're talking about tuning it, is your intention that a good solo player will get as good as a good group? Get as much
they will
reward?
probably always be about 10% behind, but
certainly comparable.
They will still get better XP rates in those skills at particular levels anyway.
Okay.
So for those of you who aren't aware, we have this level banding system where I keep doing this with my hand every time I explain this. But it plateaus at particular levels.
Yeah.
So from 50 to 55, it will be very good for those skills at those levels. And so instead of maybe doing agility in the wilderness or a patrol, you'll be doing agility in the shifting tombs. Same for 70, 75.
It
90,
varies
95.
as well per skill how good the XP rate is.
Of course, because some skills are
there's so many skills that you
hard to
can train.
Yeah. Bulletin, we have a cat's image if we want to use it. Do you want to show the cats or do you want to keep that back?
I think the picture
It's one
is
cat.
fine.
Oh, the one cat.
picture
Okay,
is
we can
fine.
show one cat. Don't show the breadth of cats.
One specific cat. Oh, this cat.
Ah.
Our friend, the post cat.
Yeah, if you grew up in the UK in the past 20 years, 30 years, you will get this reference, probably.
Postman cat.
Postman cat, there we go. But all of them have a nice kind of jovial feel to them. They're lovely. They're lovely. Also skilling inside Menaphos. There's new resources. Worth touching on that quickly?
Do you want to go through them? Like the overworld skilling?
How do we say wood? Do we say Acadia?
Yeah.
Acadia. Yep.
Okay, yep.
So that's the wood. So that's wood cutting.
Acadia for wood cutting.
Mining.
We've got mining, which is granite.
Sandstone. Yeah, concentrated sandstone. So it's like a different take on the regular sandstone.
Yep. Thieving.
That's just...
Stalls and pickpocketing?
Yeah,
stalls.
so...
Silk stall, lamp stall.
And pickpocketing.
Oh, a lamp stall.
A lamp stall?
Yeah.
What could you get from a lamp stall?
Marbles?
A whipping. That's what you could get from a lamp stall. Don't steal. It's naughty.
And there are other things. So Hunter, we talked about where is the plov? It's it's in Sophenum.
It
is.
Yeah, that's in Sophenum. Any more that you want to reveal? Obviously, there's the 5% XP buff on all skilling in the city for 2.
Fishing.
But remember, for 2 months.
We've actually...
I keep forgetting to say it.
We've got 3 new fish in Menaphos as well, which you can cook. And they kind of just... they're in between lobsters and swordies and sharks in terms of their healing ability and level requirements. So there's the fishing also potentially will yield a secret Easter egg as well.
Okay.
That's all I'll say.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So a quick note on the Hazelmere signet
Thing?
Another little tip. So this person we need to find. They got Hazelmere's signet ring. We need to find who they are. So they're max. They got 2 200 skills. They also got it from killing dark beasts. And have been AFKing Slayer for the past couple of days. Unfortunately, that probably doesn't whittle down a huge number. Dark Beasts are pretty popular, and everybody's training Slayer so they can skip straight to 120. But if you know anybody who's been competing with you on Dark Beasts, who has those skills, then you know this is that person. Get them to check their bank. I think it's worth checking over with Chaplin.
Yep.
Let's go over and see what he's up to.
All right, so I'm just over the coast in Sophenum, and these things are so cute. I've just got to trap them beneath crocodiles. So that's what I'm going to do.
Look at that river.
So is that crocodile skull?
So no, essentially it's a rockodile. Yeah, that's what it is. And yeah, man, that is a high quality rockodile. And so oh no, is he going to take the bite? Oh, look at him, little cutie. Watch him squirm.
No plovers were harmed in the film.
Are we going to release him? We're going to release him. So that's me capturing a plover bird. And also, everyone who loves divination like myself will be happy to know that there's no desert effect over in the colony here. Right. And we've put the point real close to the actual to the energy rift. So you'll be able to just not walk and you'll be able to harvest.
Oh, people are actually going to use that colony.
Yeah, man.
Amazing. Who knew?
Groundbreaking.
Such a simple change.
So what I'm going to do next, I am going to head over and get some of those fish you were talking about. And then I'm going to do a shifting tomb and find a cat.
I won't lie, you have about 10 minutes.
I have about 10 minutes.
A bit of pressure on you there. Well, if you could get a move on.
Okay, I'm closing in on level 1. I've got 4,375 rep in the time.
That's not bad.
That's not bad.
It's pretty decent, man. I'm good, me.
So one of the things. Okay, so one of the things that I wanted to talk about, I'm just going to drop this on you both, is the length of time it takes to complete Menaphos. So, I mean, we were talking about...
there is a length of time.
There is a length of time. It's going to take a decent amount of time to complete Menaphos. But then, what does it mean to complete Menaphos? So there'll probably be some people who hop onto Reddit and within 4, 5, 6 days will have completed that bar that we saw on the right-hand side of the reputation system.
Yes.
But the important thing is, there's so much more than that, right?
Yes. Okay, so the thing about the reputation system is that in order to complete the city reputation, it's only marginally more than one faction's full reputation. So the real completionist players will take essentially 3.5 times longer than it takes to complete the city quest reputation to fill out all of the and get all of the rewards. Not only that, the collection system is well worth taking a little gander at and figuring out how to complete that.
We have achievements, we have Slayer to 120, we've got those 2 little dumplings that I was talking about earlier that are big lumps of content.
Honestly, one of those dumplings, one of those little meaty bits of content is probably going to take me 350 hours
but
to complete.
It won't be a comp.
It's not mandatory. A lot of this stuff is not mandatory. We want you to play the game for the sake of playing the game.
So just do it and enjoy it. That's the intent, really. Okay, I just wanted to cover that because there will be people inevitably who complete something in a week. They'll just 24 hours, don't go to sleep, matchsticks under the eyelids kind of thing.
Oh yeah, I mean that's fine.
But the alternative to this is that we time-gated stuff, that we just said, no, you can't play something for a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks. And we don't want to do that, so we're just going to give you everything, pretty much everything.
We considered some forms of time-gating, but at the end of the day, after discussing it throughout the team and the designers, it was just a case of, we're not going to stop you guys from playing the game.
Yeah, we're just going to see how that works.
Yeah.
And if in the future we want to do time gating, we may well do. But for this one, Menaphos is just open.
Yeah.
Go do what you want.
At the end of the day, this is a massive test for us. We're feeling really confident about how we've designed the user experience, and I just can't wait to get the feedback. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
6 months of question marks and wonder, and then 6 days away.
It's really nice to get. I know that sometimes the feedback isn't always warm, but it's really great to see that. Like working away on something for 6 months, you don't know if you're making something fantastic or not. And
anytime that you see somebody kind of shout at us, and I'm not saying you should do it, it just means they're passionate about the game. They want it to be really good, and if we can help and it's constructive criticism, then fair play.
Yeah. All right, so we're a week away. A lot of people are obviously preparing for going into Menaphos. What do you think are the things that people should be doing in anticipation of it? What should they do when they first get through the gate? So what are your kind of main tips? I know we had some in the road to Menaphos, but I'd love to hear your own.
Chaplin has my notes, but technically his notes. Look at this.
Oh, you sweetheart.
Cheers, buddy.
Oh, it's just a picture.
So it's just a happy face. Do you want to take a couple and reel them off?
Yeah. So we said it before. Team diversity and bringing your friends. Make sure you've got a group of people that you want to go and play some multiplayer content with. City quests, when you get in there, make sure you occasionally go and do one, because they won't rack up.
Yeah,
go and do one.
Just go and do one.
Yeah, they won't rack up. You won't get 5 in a row waiting for you. You knock one off. You go and do some other content, and then you go back and get another city quest. If you're kind of new to the game, Erlich the Camel has some very, very good introductions to what you should kind of start exploring Menaphos with. You can do it now. God damn it.
We actually had him talking. It wasn't you for a bit, and I was enjoying that.
I was trying so hard.
Quick, we've got general questions to go through.
No, I can laugh at you.
Yeah. So the feathers of Mahat, they're purchasable from outside the Slayer dungeon, but they're at a steeper price. So it's better to buy them from other players.
You can get them from Shifting Tombs, am I right?
Yeah, I mean,
that's the main place.
That is the source of feathers. One from Mod Chaplin as well is to focus on one faction at a time. You'll get the rewards slightly faster, the more valuable rewards at least when you go further up that ladder. One of the things about Tombs is if you're maxed and you want to help one of your mates who's a bit of a scrub and doesn't have the levels required to get the higher tier of XP and stuff like that, you can just switch off all your braziers and statues, and you can earn GP for effectively going in and helping them out. So you're not just getting naught, which is cool. And Menaphos itself has a lot of Easter eggs, secret things that I guess I really want to tell you guys.
Don't. It's not an Easter egg then.
Yeah, it's true. It's just a scramble. Essentially, explore the city. Some stuff will be active at certain points. Some stuff won't.
So if it looks a bit weird, go check on it. Click on it.
Yeah.
Think ravens.
Think
ravens.
Think
ravens.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to do a Menaphos quickfire while we go to Chaplin on the computers, and we're going to answer some questions as we see what he's up to, see how far the list he's gone down. Sparks RS, why should I as a comp player be excited for Menaphos?
Don't know really. No. So there's a lot there. If you're interested in the story and Slayer to 120, if you're already Slayer to 120, there's still a lot more there. We can't tell you what they are. We've decided to be
Most
secret
of the stuff
about
is the high level stuff.
There are achievements you need to get as a comp player, so you'll have to play through the majority of the Menaphos content, which you'll enjoy anyway, in order to get your comp kit back.
Zelda Drummer, what's the impact on Iron Man with the release? Chaplin, you can chip in. I'll let you.
Oh, sorry. Well, the impact on Iron Man?
Oh yeah, specifically answer this question, please.
The impact on Iron Man is we've got lots of things for them.
Excellent.
They can do everything.
Yeah.
It's
specifically
fine.
what I've been doing, you've just seen me do a Shifting Tomb. Iron Man can do those.
Yeah.
And you've also seen me, well, you didn't see me, I've caught all 3 types of fish. So we've got the catfish, the beltfish, and the raw desert sole.
Nice.
I need to go get myself a cat.
You do.
So, I think there's a cat over here, but I'm not good enough to get in here, because I'm a scrub.
Will you get teleported out if you mod telly in?
I will.
Good.
Actually, no, can I cheat, guys?
Yeah, do it.
Go on then, we're at the end of the stream.
Get some cat love.
Meow.
Yeah.
Okay, I got that. And then what have I got left on my list?
I think that's
Am
it.
I done? I
You did a
collected the
shifting
cat.
tomb, you caught the fish.
I think you've got everything.
Nice.
Yeah, boy.
Do.
Oh, grats, Chaplain.
Thanks, man.
I honestly think
We're just editing it in real time.
we're editing it in real time.
So if I now completed all of those, I need to go back to Erlich the camel so I can receive the cape that I've got on my back, which is
Nice.
pretty cool. And
Preemptive.
after I've done that, he's just over here. Come on, Erlich. And then I can
that.
have a chat to him and he'll give me the capes. So that's pretty sick.
Good work. I honestly think none of us really believed you could do it. So,
Nice one, dude.
I did it. Now I have
Everything down at the bottom.
4,550.7
Nice.
reputation. And I don't know how long that was, maybe like 45 minutes?
Can you show us on the reputation bar?
Absolutely, yeah. So this is me radial thing, and in the overview, look at that.
Oh, you haven't even made a splash on that bar on the right.
I mean, I've almost level 1. I've almost got the Grand Exchange.
Nice.
Actually, no, I should have the Grand Exchange. No, I've almost got the Grand Exchange.
Okay.
So that's
Oh,
pretty
it's
good.
a cool story, bro.
Oh, okay.
Right, we've got a few minutes. Let's rattle through a few more questions. Sorry, that was harsh.
That was savage.
To what extent are you changing the desert as a whole with the update? That's from 5X.
Quite a lot.
Yeah, the desert's been completely reworked. We've got no We've got no like hidden agenda with that. We've reworked Polnivnich and Nada. The desert is just completely brand new, basically. Yay! Lots to explore.
Excellent.
Lots of new desert stuff as well. Like we've got jackals, we've got camels, we've got crocodiles.
Oh yeah, a lot of the creatures have been redone.
That's cool.
Vultures and locusts.
Yeah, vultures and
and stuff like that.
locust and.
So quick fire.
Yeah. Wow.
Shifting teams. Is all high levels content going to be intense from now on?
No. Next.
Yes. Any news on volumetric lighting?
Sorry, right there.
You just saw it. Yeah. That just happened. One question I saw.
Oh, good.
Is there a faction title? Yeah, there's a faction title for each 4. You saw me with the Imperial District right there. So there are faction titles.
And what are you most excited for? In terms of
You first.
Menaphos.
Christmas.
Menaphos.
I'm really excited for people to do the quest. So Chronis quest is my favourite, and I really like the final quest as well. So I can't wait for people to do those and react and see and find all the little gems and hidden stuff we've got. So.
And what are you doing next?
I'm not saying.
Excellent.
What are we doing next? Psh, surprise.
Waiting for Menaphos and then doing some changes based on Menaphos,
Yeah.
I think. Okay, so to round up then, thank you very much for watching, obviously, but help us find Hazelmere Signet Ring owner. We really want to know who they are. Well, we know. They're max 202 skills. Got it from killing Dark Beasts. They've been camping them, the swines, for the past couple of days, trying to get 120 Slayer.
They're about yay high, blonde
Likes long
hair, blue
walks.
skin.
Likes long walks on the beach.
We'll bank bidder their account soon, don't worry. There's no bank bidders, don't worry. Menaphos is out next Monday. Don't miss it.
Yeah.
How could you miss it?
How could you possibly? We've been shouting about it for the past month. Come on, it's great. We hope you enjoy it, exploring it as much as we've making it, I guess.
Oh god, yeah. It's been a laugh. Like
Yeah.
I've wanted to pick up my keyboard and crack it over my own face a couple of times, but most of the
Mostly
time.
today.
Mostly today.
Been a laugh.
Yeah,
it's also been a cry.
It's been amazing.
But you guys have really thrown yourselves into it. I mean, I can see your personality in some of the examines and
You mean puns?
cats.
Yeah.
And, yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
This is basically where you took out all of your frustrations, was
Yeah, a little
on the
bit.
cats.
Yeah. I put a crablet in Menaphos. That's my sole contribution.
It's all gone stir crazy. And Shawnee, who isn't here as you can guess, will hopefully be doing a playthrough of Skilling Tombs for you with the Titans, maybe you guys?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
On Friday evening, so you'll get a kind of sneaky first peek at it then. So from all of us, thank you so much for watching, and thank you for paying attention through all of the Menaphos live streams and videos, and I hope you thoroughly enjoy Menaphos when it comes out on Monday.